Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening once again, and welcome
And
to
good night. Goodbye.
back and good night. Yes,
Okay.
welcome back to the Southern Magic Podcast. Tonight, I am your host Matt, and I'm joined with Will and Josh tonight. Say hi, y'all.
No.
Hello.
Okay. All right, yeah, we're back. It's been a hot minute. This has been we've been very busy. But we're excited to start
No, you've
podcasting again.
you've been very busy.
I have
I've
been
done
very
jack.
busy.
I've sat on my couch and played video games. So you a professional tax person the been
Yes,
in the depths, been
yeah,
in the
Josh.
in the in the war zones.
Yeah, Josh and I are kind of in similar boats right now, where we're in the our lives outside of Magic. We're both in the finance field, and end of the year, beginning of the following year is not a it's not a fun time to be working in those areas. It's a very
Wanna-
hectic, very time consuming period.
Yeah, you want to know how hard it's been for me though? I had somebody come in and they uh they got a cat and then they decided they didn't want the cat and then they almost gave me the cat and I was like I really don't want that cat. So then I was like okay, I guess like I didn't want to say no, so I almost adopted a cat and then she came back
Oh,
and said, "Oh, I got somebody else to adopt the cat." I'm like, "Oh, thank God." The cat's name was Mocha. It was a Siamese cat, but it had like the browning that like Siamese cats go. They call it like a toasting is what they call it
mm-hmm.
because like it makes their fur just go all brown and all that. And I was like, it's cute, but I don't
I,
want
I
it.
love Siamese cats. They're like
I
they're
like
what
cats in general, but
mm-hmm. Siamese cats are like very vocal. Like that's like supposed to
yeah.
be their main thing. Um, I have I have determined that I have a very toxic relationship with social media right now. I don't know if y'all have been getting these or not, but
All
just
right.
as it's they're it's AI slop videos, and my real
Oh, you
my
I think I know
algorithm.
what you're gonna say. Yeah.
Well, there's two different kinds of them that
Yeah.
have just completely taken over my algorithm. It's the ones of like what different historical periods ate, like different people from different historical periods ate. It's like a video of like a miner like from the 1850s eating soup or something, and then another one will be like a samurai from the 1500s eating sushi or something like that. It's just it's brain rot.
I
It's
have never
just
seen
you've
those
never seen that?
videos, Matt. I'm
Well,
looking at my reels right now and I'm kind of ashamed to show it to you. I can screenshot it if you want, but the real suggestion for me is someone playing blackjack, someone playing Texas Hold'em, a skit about poker anime,
I would
and
prefer
then
that.
Texas Hold'em. Like
I would much
it's I
prefer
can
that.
literally screenshot it. Yeah, I have that. That's my that's my reels right now. I don't have a
Well,
single AI thing on my
well,
thing.
the other real, well, that's one kind that I have, and
Yeah.
the other kind of AI video is it's like life tips from different inanimate objects and stuff. And it's like a mattress where he says like clean me, don't you know I'm full of filth and sweat and stuff. I, it's like I'm cringing at myself describing it, but it's like watching those weird Adult Swim cartoons or stuff. It's just so strange and bizarre. I just like
Dude, we're on very different sides of Facebook reels. We're on the same TikTok feed, but like the Facebook reel, I guess I need to start sending you gambling videos or something. But
please
like,
do.
yeah, I just it's not even interesting to y'all. It's literally just people playing blackjack and all that, and it's just it's all it is.
Well, Josh's yours is just Alabama football, right? Is that or just
My
football in
attorneys
general?
have advised me to not divulge what's in my feed. But
Okay.
yes, the majority of it is Alabama football, chess because I'm that's another game I'm bad at that I try to get better at, and a lot of WoW because my
Mm.
mind has just been completely tainted for the last 3 or 4 months. So
Do y'all
yeah,
ever get like Magic content on y'all's like TikTok or Facebook? Most of mine is like Commander stuff, so I don't really like pay attention to it.
it's usually Commander, but it's usually like Commander cringe content where it's like you could tell it was made by someone who's probably played Magic for less than like a year or two.
Yeah.
Because like you can tell they first discovered that blue is bullshit or Simic is
Mhm.
bullshit or something like that, and
Yeah.
it's that's all I get. I usually just kind of scroll past it.
I have some that it's like it's talking about like combos and stuff like that. And I've wanted to make this on our TikTok for a bit. I have an infinite combo. It's one of my favorite infinite combos, but it's like 5 or 6 or 7 moving pieces. So it's okay, let me see if I can go through it in my head. Okay. So you need a soul ring, a card called Soul Foundry. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you imprint a creature and you pay X, where X is that creature's mana cost to make a copy of the creature. You then play March of the Machines to make all your artifacts, make all of your artifacts creatures along as their other abilities.
And
And
it's
then you
all
play
about
Intruder the Alarm. So that way, whenever a creature comes in, it'll untap everything. So the creature that you put under Soul Foundry is Meddling Mage. So you make infinite Meddling Mages, and you name every single card in Magic the Gathering. So it makes it so you not only have infinite amount of creatures, your opponent can literally not play a single card. So there are cards that can beat the
That's
combo. So what I was gonna do was explain it and say which of these cards, basically, what card can beat this combo, because there is a couple that can still beat infinite Meddling Mages.
Is it a
So
channel land?
it's not a channel land. I mean, it can kill one. It can kill one. It can kill one with like a Gonjo or something like that. Um, but one of them is a Decree of Justice, because you can cycle Decree of Justice and it makes all creatures get -2/-2. So that kills Meddling Mage.
Oh,
that there needs to be
Yep.
like a YouTube video of like those like something to fall asleep to, like convoluted Magic combos to fall asleep to, like when Kenny
Mm.
explained to me terms and conditions in, was it
I
PREMODERN?
still can't tell you what terms and conditions says.
play
I've
Pattern of
heard
Reaper.
the explanation every time. All I know is just play Lightning Bolt. It's just easier. Just bolt their face.
From what Kenny has said, and we may have to cut this, but from what Kenny says, you literally just like play Pattern of Rebirth and you just collect panties. That's essentially what you do. You just play that.
No, that's right.
That's staying in. That's staying in.
But anyway, that's our opening spiel.
Well, yeah, so I guess like for the top of the show, just kind of because it is by and large the most important news, and I do think it's worth touching on. As some of y'all, probably most of the people listening to this show are aware of this, but I figured we would bring it up just in case. Famous Magic the Gathering professional player Kai, is it Bude or Bood? I think it's Bood.
It's Kai Buddha.
Yeah,
Kai
Buddha.
Buddha. Kai Buddha. Yeah, Kai Buddha passed away on I'm trying to see it was very recently. I think it was last week.
Last
January
Sunday,
20,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was last week as of this this recording. According to his Wikipedia, he had cancer, and he was diagnosed in 2024, and he died at the age of 46, so very, very young by today's standards. And it was a very sad. You could see a lot of the social media posts on Twitter, Blue Sky, wherever you choose to get your Magic fixed on. A lot of people were voicing their admiration for him, because he was. I mean, this term gets thrown around a lot. But he was one of the goats of Magic. I think to this day, probably still the most winning or highest cash amount won professional player of all time. I believe.
Motto was he doesn't lose on Sundays.
Yeah, guy doesn't lose on
That was his
Sundays.
thing.
Yeah. So fantastic player. Never had a chance to meet him. But I mean, as far as I'm aware, he had a lot of friends and was very highly respected. The German juggernaut. So
I
Yeah.
mean, there isn't really much left to be said about the guy that hasn't already been said. I mean, I guess the one way you could just kind of, you know, encapsulate it in like the simplest of terms is, 7 Pro Tour wins, 7 Grand Prix wins. That just
yeah,
it does not sound real. It's one of
Hmm.
those things where if it's almost like if you created a character and how sometimes people will create characters and they self-insert themselves and they make themselves just OP and broken. That was Kai Buddha, except it was real. And
mm-hmm.
but Kai Buddha was. But then one thing I will say is I think Kai Buddha was actually a Magic player that was more than a Magic player. I know a lot of times, especially with these pros, that's what they are is a Magic player, at least in the eyes of the public and a lot of the players. But Kai Buddha was he was just an incredible human, and he was really good in outreach. He was really good and speaking out on public issues, and I I don't want to try to over glamorize or anything, and just because he died, but he would because you want to make sure these people are celebrated while they are alive. But you know, you said it yourself, Matt. I mean, in terms of the overall most influential people in Magic, he's got to be top two, and I can't think of anyone else. John Finkel is up
Yeah,
there.
John Finkel.
John Finkel, but I mean, Kai Buddha is damn near close. And in terms of the overall effect he's had on the game, I think he may even eclipse John Finkel in some fashions. I mean, the Player of the Year trophy is literally named after him. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was an honor to play the game while he was around. I was able to. I didn't meet him, but I saw him a few times at local GPs back when they were actually called Grand Prix. And he's always carried himself well. You will never hear anybody say anything bad about him. And this isn't a world where Twitter exists. You can pretty much shit post and throw some dirt on anyone. No one ever did it to Kai, and I think that's just a testament to how good he was as a human, good as a person, how great he was as a player, and fortunately for the fans of his, as long as competitive Magic is a thing, as long as they keep doing pro tours, and as long as they have players of the year, his name will live on, and they will say his name every year, and there is probably no one else more deserving than him.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. And if any, for anybody, Magic the Gathering put out a very nice video about remembering Kai Bude. You can look at that on their YouTube page. They also have a article that I'm referring to on the magic.com that you can look at also. So rip to him, one of the best players of all time. Absolutely. So I will do now the impossible pivot to let's talk about some deck lists. Let's talk about some deck lists now. Speaking of the Pro Tour, let's talk
There
about
it is. Okay, there it is.
let's talk about the that Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed A. Badger Mole Cub's the best card in Standard, right? Right,
Mm-hmm.
guys? Right?
Yeah, there was a copy.
It's
in the
broken,
top
right?
8. Hang on.
There was a
Let me
copy.
count them. No, there's more than that. Oh, there was hang on. Keep talking. Let's
So
see.
the to be fair, so Lorwyn Eclipse was also last over this last weekend, as of this recording, and Christopher Larson took it down with Demir Excruciator, and also will Josh is not very well in tune with Standard right now, so I'll kind of try to keep it in general terms or go into it a little
Thank
bit.
there
So
there were 8 copies in the top 8. So
okay,
there was 2 decks that ran it. So
okay.
yeah, there was 5 color rhythm and then the Bant Airbending deck, which we've talked about it before this, but
I still don't know how that deck works.
that Airbending deck, it's fun, but it's also like it's crazy what you can do with that base. Like I said, if they have the bear on the field, you're dead. Like that's usually how it goes. If there's a bear and then they play any other spell, you're dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Like,
a and as weird as it is to say. Oh, also before we delve into them a little bit, I do have to shout out our very own Alabama player
Nelson.
Kai Nelson. He's a Tuscaloosa
yep.
Tuscaloosa player, isn't he?
He was from so for those of you unaware, I am originally from Tuscaloosa, the Tuscaloosa, Alabama area, and he was a menace back in like from 2013 to 2015 because he was a student at the university. And first of all, really nice guy. Like he was always cool, but he was the final boss of the Crimson Castle back in the day when it was a shop. Like you were not winning a draft if you could not beat him. You were not winning a PTQ if you could not beat him. I mean, I think this will be his like third pro tour or something like that. And what's crazy is he took a break. The guy like he pursued. He got married. He moved out. I think bought a house. He may have got married. I can't remember, but he came back and he's still crushing it. And I only found out that Kai actually won or was gonna play for the finals at that SG Atlanta because mutual friend of ours, Porky, from Huntsville, he was from Tuscaloosa, and he messaged me. He goes, "Hey, you see Kai's in the finals, right?" I was like, "Kai Nelson?" He goes, "Yeah," and I couldn't believe it. So that air bending deck, it could be great. It could literally just be like a deck that just got bubble gum and paperclip together, but it just doesn't matter because he's just such a freak at the game, and it does not shock. It shocks me to see that he's still doing so good, but seeing that he's still playing, it doesn't shock me at all. I mean, he's just a machine.
Well, the reason I shout him out specifically on this is because I was watching some coverage of the Spotlight series that he won, and there's a card in the deck called Interdimensional Web Watch.
Yep.
And I don't know if he was the pioneer of that card being in that deck or if he was just like a early adopter of it. But they specifically referred to that card as kind of like a touch that he did to the deck that made it, got him there, obviously. I didn't actually get to interact with him, but Will was the judge at a local RCQ. Yeah, we
were at a 12-man RCQ and he showed up and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, it was kind of it was like a living embodiment of the coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb meme.
He started off with a loss. Like he lost round 1, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. And he didn't drop a game after that.
Yeah, no.
He won. He won the RCQ.
Yeah, he won the whole thing. And you know what?
Lord.
I appreciate him because it was a 12-man, so it was 5 rounds cut the top 4. We got done with that top 4 in like 30 minutes, and I really appreciate him for that. So
SG Atlanta just awoke something with him. There's no stopping him now. He's just gonna win.
I handed him the little paper and I said, "Congrats! I know this is your biggest win of the year," and just kept going from there. So I'm like, "Yeah, you're cool."
Well, I didn't actually interact with him, but just like hearing how he interacted with his opponents and everybody around him, he sounded like a very nice guy, which is always
he actually wanted to like get with us later and like do some drafts and whatnot. So I'll have to get with him. So about
that's awesome. Yeah.
Because
punching bag.
Yeah, because along with Kai, one of our other locals also made top 8, so he's going to be in the pro tour also. So we've got he was supposed to come to that event too. So that 13-man RCQ was going to be the most stacked RCQ I have ever seen for that caliber. It's either you're playing against somebody with a rubber band deck, or you're playing somebody that just just made the pro tour.
Well, he's
in the same format. So,
well, that's awesome. Like, I mean, if he ever if we get to know him, if he wants to join the Discord or anything, I mean, invite him on the show. He's more than welcome to come on
Yeah.
here and talk if he's interested in it. But that's
I mean,
neither
I'll
here
talk
nor
to him.
there
Yeah.
right now. But we'll
Yeah.
that might be coming down the pipeline. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. Going
it's
on that, I think we were going to talk about some of the top 8 decks for the Pro Tour. So
yeah, the
so
whole
the first
route.
thing
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. The first thing I kind of want to bring up is, if y'all haven't noticed, about a year ago, maybe even 6 months ago, like $300 tops for a standard deck, if that. Like maybe like when Shieldred was around, like if you were playing 4 copies, your deck was maybe like $500. Top 8, let's see. First place was Demir's Cruciator, $650. Teamer Harmonizer, which is the cheapest deck, was $350. Then you have Is It Elementals, which was $959. Jeskai Control, $450. Bant Airbending was sitting at $727. Is It Lessons was $450. Excruciator again, $650. And then the 5-color Rhythm, which was $940. And then like right on the cusp was Grixis Elementals at $950. And then like there are some decks that are around 200, 300 still, but like it's kind of crazy how much some of these are going. Brian Kibler played a list that was almost $1,000. There was a list that was $1,000, and it's because all these decks are running things that are just impossible to find right now. So like I don't know about y'all, but it's been really hard to find like Laurelwing cards for me. Like have y'all been able to find any like singles or like even packs of Laurelwing?
I didn't look for any packs or anything, but
Yeah, you're more
recently
of a single guy.
I recently bought Simic Uroboid, which it kind of I have conflicting opinions on it right now because I was worried about Uroboid or Cub getting banned. And I was like, oh man, I hope this doesn't get banned. But after this last Pro Tour, I'm going to be very surprised if anything out of that deck gets banned because it got annihilated out of the tournament. So,
I mean, like, I honestly right now, I think that all the formats are kind of fine. Like, if they had to ban anything from any of the formats, like, I mean, shoot, I don't even know. Like, like I honestly think it's good. Like, Legacy's kind of mellowed out. Like, Tameo still sucks to play against, but it's not like an issue, I don't think.
Yeah.
Modern, I mean, if you want to ban Mox Opal again, go for it. But like, I don't think it really does. Like, there's no deck right now, I think, in Legacy that has, or in Modern that has like a over. Shoot, I don't even know what it is on. Let's just look on Goldfish real quick. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I mean, Boros Energy is at top with like 16% of the meta, and that's just kind of how decks are going to be right now, or that's just how the top deck is going to be.
Probably consider banning in Modern, and I think it would be incorrect. But the only card I could see you potentially banning is like Amulet of Vigor, but that's just
maybe
like
Cup Standard.
I just think it's probably the most powerful deck, but it's the problem with Amulet Titan is the majority of us Magic players are too stupid to play the deck, so we just don't even try. And
I hope they just ban. You know what actually has a high percentage right now? It's actually in Pioneer. It's Is It Prowess right now. That's a really high percentage.
I have no doubt. So, slick Shot, Show Off, and
Corey no, it's not even that. It's Corey Steelcutter. It's Corey Steelcutter with Storm Chaser's talents, just stuff like that. Which I mean, like, no offense, but who's playing Pioneer right now? Like,
yeah, I think
that format.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. I guess to finish off my thought initially before we kind of shifted, as far as what I got though, I was able to get I pre-ordered Formidable Speakers because I do think that card is very good.
That card's insane.
And I pre-ordered that card, and then besides that, I haven't been able to find anything. I found one Wistfulness that I picked up.
Yeah. I'm hoping everything goes down because honestly the decks look sick. Like the Excruciator deck, I don't know if you saw it in being played, but that deck was sick. The matchup, I don't know if you saw it, but there was I think it was game 4 that they were playing, that it was him and the Teamer Harmonizer deck, and the Harmonizer had exactly lethal in a line that I would never have seen in like a million years.
Mhm.
But you should check that out. I don't want to spoil it, but it was freaking sick. I mean, the Elementals deck looks so good. It's just it runs 3-4 roaming thrones, so it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, no. And it
Yeah,
does get control. I don't care about that. But anyway,
yeah, the
but
standard, I mean, yeah, standard is, as far as standard goes, it's so, it feels so sucky to say that standard is really good right now, because I do think standard is actually pretty in a good spot right now.
I think it is.
But the price tag of entry is so high, because back in the day, because we're all boomers on this podcast at the end of the day, is like a tier 1 standard deck, I feel, was like $300 max.
300 to 400.
Like it was like 3 to 4.
Yeah.
That price has just skyrocketed. Like, you're buying what used to be a modern deck. Like a modern deck used to cost about $1,000 if you wanted to place it. Jund way back in the day was very, very expensive before it got reprinted in the ground and became bad. But everything else
Did
was
you
like
see the professor posted a video about that? I think it was today, about how your card, he said your old cards suck now. It's just a picture of like Liliana and Tarmogoyf, and it's like, oh no.
They do.
Did you? What's crazy is if you look at modern, the top decks right now, besides Boros Energy, well, I mean, you can count it in there, but Boros Energy is around 800. Ruby Storm and Etron, which are the next 2 best performing decks, are $500. So it is actually cheaper for you to buy a modern deck right now than it is standard. And I think it's just because the shock lands have been printed to the ground. And like the fetch lands are okay. Like, you remember when fetch lands used to be $100 each?
Oh yeah, Scalding Tarn was $80. That's when I got Scalding Tarns for a while. They were 80 to 90 for a little bit.
And I do want to say I'm for that. I think the game should be affordable for people to play. Like, I'm a huge Legacy fan. I would love it if I would honestly love it if maybe not all of them, but most of my cards went a little cheaper because I can play everything I want.
If they want to print something into the ground, land should absolutely be that way. And so far they have been successful at it. Like, you can get any shock land for $10 now.
Yeah.
Like any fetch land for about $20, which is where, that's a, it's a collectible card game. It's going to cost some money. Like, that's just the hobby.
Yeah.
But it's not,
I don't know if we
horrible degree.
I don't know if we really want to touch on it on this podcast. Maybe we can do it during a different week. But did you see that about the lawsuit that they're trying to do against Wizards?
Oh yeah, with it was, what was it? It was someone was suing them because they printed too much. Is that what?
They're basically printing the value out of the ground. I'll have to find it. That's maybe a topic for a different thing, because it's just like, okay, well, I don't know if you really can get away with that, but
my opinion is very simple. We can leave it at this: if it's not on the reserved list, kick rocks.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, my goodness, it's already been almost 40 minutes of us talking.
Just talking, catching up, and all that.
Yeah, that's fine. There's no problem with that. But the other thing, I guess to cap off our talk about the Pro Tour is standard is great, pretty expensive right now. But I mean, I think it's good. I look forward to I do look forward to seeing what new standard decks come around with the new season, with the new sets coming out. But at the same time, I think there's way too many sets coming out, which is contributing to how expensive this stuff is, because now you have to buy a new standard deck with every rotation, with every set coming out.
As long as I can find cards, that's fine. Well, you know what's good though? This is a good segue. you know what's good? I don't have to buy any of the next set because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set to me does not look great. Like
Yeah,
so if you didn't see it, I guess I'll talk a little about this. I don't know where it was, but I know there was places just all around the US and probably around the world too, but I assume it was mostly the US, where people, instead of opening their a Lorwyn promo, which I guess wasn't even a promo anymore because they took away the stamp. But instead of opening a Lorwyn foil, they opened up a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one, which I want to. What if they've already packaged the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones and people are going to open Lorwyn cards? Do you think that's going to happen? Like, let's
that
go ahead
would
and
be
date this.
very funny.
It's February 3rd next month. Let's just see what happens. Like,
gosh, that set's coming out
I'm
next
just curious.
month.
Yeah, it's like I think it's the 8th or something. I might be wrong on that, but I bet people are going to be opening up Lorwyn promos. I bet they're going to open up some, like, some they're going to be playing their
That would be funny.
Leonardos and their Shredders and their Wistfulness
And their
and their
Okos.
Thunderflocks. Yeah.
They're going. Someone is going to turn their opponent's Krang into an elk or something with that.
Yep.
That would be so funny.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have another conversation by the time Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes around. We can do another deep dive into what's popping off with that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, if you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all, it's going to be a good set for you. It's just I'm thinking of it as like a competitive standpoint. All the cards that I saw weren't great. They weren't like I don't know. I wasn't really impressed by any of it, but I mean, I guess I can look at it as a whole and see if it's anything. I'm sure the only one that I thought was kind of cool was there was like a 2-mana. It's like ninjutsu, but not
Sneak.
That
it
mills half your deck or something like that. So, like, I think it just makes it easier because you have that, and you also have the Frog Monument that you can exhaust it to mill cards equal to their graveyard. So you can get that combo off like turn 4 if you want.
Yeah, Sneak is, if I'm not mistaken, Sneak is you can cast the spell, so it's not like ninjutsu where it just happens. It's like you can cast it. For that cost. Like that. So you can't. It's not like getting punked out by Kaito in Legacy or something, which I know Josh has some exposure to.
He got it done before it was cool. So we have pictures of when it happened to him. Ain't that right, Josh?
Yeah, I had like 3 Force of Wills in hand, and I think a Spell Pierce, and my opponent swung in with the Tameo. I didn't respond, and very quickly I went up to a judge and I said, this is at Eternal Weekend a few years ago, and I went to a judge and I said, I already know the answer to the question, but does ninjutsu, can you force a will and ninjutsu trigger? And he goes, no. And I said, thank you for your time. And then I proceeded to just get cucked by Kaido for the next like 5 turns.
You were upset.
Game 3 was the exact same way. That was also the Vexing Bauble tournament, so that whole tournament was that was a terrible time.
I had a great time on that.
Josh the Optimist fan, all 2 of you, it was a rough time.
Well, that's how ninjutsu do, as it would be. All right, so I guess to cap off the briefly here, just because it just got announced today, so it's relevant. RCQ seasons got announced for 2026. It is going to be a year of Modern. Not exactly a year of Modern. It's so April. I'm looking at the article right now. So
April to August. It's basically a year.
April to August is going to be Modern or Limited, and then spring. Well, no, that's a different. Then we have.
No, it's just there.
September to November, it is going to be Modern, and
I don't think they've announced that yet. I think that's just the RCQ season because I thought it was 2. I thought it was 2 seasons of Modern, and I checked the sources and it wasn't.
But... Oh yeah, my bad. Okay, yeah. I'm just kind of skimming through this. So so Modern is going to be a very Modern heavy year. So
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
it's summer. That's the modern time. And I don't know if you've seen it, Josh, but did you see what the promo is for Top 8?
Not.
Sewing Mycospawn.
I do like the
And
art on the
also,
sewing Micah Spawn. It looks really cool.
and the just for entering is my favorite card, Ancient Stirrings. I hate that card with a passion. I think that card is so stupid.
And
That card
Emberheart
is
Challenger.
yeah,
There was a
Nimberheart
time
Challengers, the
when
RC Pro.
there was a time when Serum Visions was the best cantrip in Modern, and you could not play Ponder or Preordain, but they would let you go 5 cards deep for 1 green mana. Anyways, I know I'm an old
So
man
much.
yelling at Cloud. Ancient Turning sucks big time nowadays, but
Yep.
Yeah, somebody at Wizards is a really big fan of the mice decks, because we have Emberheart
Meese.
Challenger as a promo now. We have what is that mouse that makes an offspring? That's a copy. Manifold mouse.
Can you name the white one that we get? Because I can't. I think I have it on my desk, and I can't.
I can't.
It sucks.
Don't challenge me like that. But the coolest promos coming up that I'm going to try to get my hands on, since I'm now playing Boros Energy also, is for the store championships for Lorwyn. They're going to be releasing Goblin Bombardment as the participation one,
Wild, but yeah.
a Guide of Souls, which is the top 8 promo, and then a full art foil Ocelot Pride, which looks very cool for the winner, which is going to be very expensive. So yeah, get in there and win some promos, make some money.
Yep. I think there's one this Saturday, but we're going to be going up for a legacy tournament, but at 1 o'clock they're doing that. If it's a low turnout for the standard thing, I might just sign up just to get the promo.
Go for standard. I'd do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Well, I mean, like, just go and just sign up and see if I can do it. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We're gonna have a pretty full car. I think I've got a friend coming that normally doesn't play with us, and then I've got a few others that are going. I think we have like 6 of us that are going. I know you're gonna go to CamiCon, right?
CamiCon, yeah, I'm going to CamiCon. It's convention here in around Birmingham, and it's
going on for a bit too. It's like
oh yeah,
on its what, like 13th, 15th. I don't know. I've been going to it since I was in high school or so. I went to one like my junior or senior year, if I remember right. But it was in Tuscaloosa then. I was like, this is all right. And then it got really big when it moved to Birmingham. It's like, it's kind of cool seeing like your local one grow so much. Because like there's a lot of people that come to that one.
I'll probably take my car. It'll probably be me and Drew, and some third, and whoever can fit in your car.
Josh doesn't want to ride with me.
But that is just to plug this in case anybody is listening before the tournament happens, where we're referring to the Alabama Legacy League up at JC's House of Cards in Madison, Alabama. You know, if you have a legacy deck, or if you have a legacy deck, or if you have the makings for a legacy deck and you don't have the reserved list cards, and you have the means to have a proxies made that are original art proxies, I believe that's the rule. Come out and play. You know, come get some legacy in. It's a great group of people. Yeah, tell them that the Southern Magic people referred to us.
And if you play against me, you have Urza Saga on your deck, I apologize in advance.
Just hit that unsubscribe button right now.
That's right.
And speaking of tournaments and whatnot, so we're posting about it now. It's going to be in a little bit, but we're actually going to be hosting a pre-modern tournament up in Warrior, Alabama. So we kind of picked an in-between place between Birmingham and Huntsville. It's a good location. It's Gamer Geeks, but we're going to be running a pre-modern tournament. It's just it doesn't qualify you for anything, but it's just a kind of a bigger one than your $5 tournaments or anything like that. It's going to be $30 entry. We're going to be running it on March 21st. I'm going to be talking about it a little, just as it goes on, but we posted a date. We were going to do February, but the the store is going to be doing some construction. So I think it's actually going to be one of their first tournaments they run when they complete construction. So it should be pretty
Mm-hmm.
nice. I think we're going to be giving away some playmats and all that stuff too while we're there. But should be a good time. We're going to see if we're going to stream it because it's the issue with having a team of people that like to do streaming but also like to play. So you got to find the
I
group that's like, hey, do y'all want to stay back and not play at all and just
I
watch
am
people play?
I am fully planning on streaming it personally. So
Okay.
so I will make sure that it happens to some degree.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll figure it. Yeah, we'll get it all done.
yeah, and it's full proxy. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's full proxy. Gold border cards are legal as well. But yeah, we're gonna be doing full proxy for that one. But yeah, no, it should be a good time. I'll be posting about it a little more on Southern Magic Discord. I'll be posting about it. Just in general, we just want to get a good turnout. As long, I want it to be a big enough turnout that the store wants us to do it again. That's all I really want.
Mhm.
Because if y'all have never tried pre-modern, right now is a really good time. It's actually you can still play it on Moto. It's I don't
It
know
goes
when
by a
that's
different
supposed to
name on
end.
Moto, doesn't it?
No, I
Is
think
it?
I think it's just called pre-modern.
It's
So
Okay.
modern.
yeah, but
Okay.
yeah,
All
you
right.
can. It's kind of sick because like before you had to like go to different websites to find pre-modern lists. Now you can find out an MTG Goldfish that has a bunch of it has a bunch of decks on there. It's very very popular right now. But like
Yes.
there's the point of the format is it kind of is to show off cards that basically are show how powerful they were for the time period. Like
Hmm.
cards like Deranged Hermit, just for one of them. That's like one of my favorite cards. It's literally a 5 mana 1/1 that makes 4 squirrels with Echo, so you have to pay it
Hmm.
again. A little bit more
And
than that, you can make them bigger, but still, it's just like yeah, if that came out today, it would be like a bulk rare. But back in 2002, 2001, whenever it came out, I don't know exactly when it came out. That card was a house, and it's also on the reserve list, so it's like $50. So
if I will also say this about pre-modern too is I mean we would geek out about pre-modern for all day long if you let us, but
oh,
I
we could
will
have a 3 hour
yeah
podcast about that if
I
we wanted
I
to.
will also I will also say this. I've had conversations with people before that are like, I want to
I
play
don't believe that.
Magic. I want to play competitive Magic. Mostly because they don't really want to play Commander, which is understandable. They want to play something competitive, but they don't necessarily want to like put up like modern or standard money to like stay relevant. Pre-modern is like the perfect thing for that because the whole one of the biggest like hooks of it is you build a deck and you're done. Like you
Goes
will
forever.
you will theoretically never have to change a single card out of that. I mean,
Yep.
you probably will for like the sideboard, depending on what gets better and what goes up or
You know,
down.
technically,
But
technically, you could buy every card that's legal in pre-modern, or that you can play in pre-modern. It's fourth edition to Scourge,
mm-hmm,
so you could buy all the cards, and that's just your
yeah,
whole.
Outside of Mox Diamond, which is played in only a certain amount of decks, and hot take, I don't know if those decks are very good, but
Mm.
I think pre-modern. What I always tell people is it is what it ever will be. You
mm-hmm,
will
Yep.
never have to worry about some stupid pre-modern horizons. You don't have to worry about Universe Beyond. If that's your
They
jam, I'm
basically
not.
had a pre-modern
That's fine.
Horizons.
That's fine. But you will
Yeah.
all. You don't have to worry. You don't have to reinvest. Like Matt says, you pay the money. You build your deck. It's done. Put it in the
yep,
closet. Come back 2, 3 years later. It's just as
Yep.
good as it
yep,
was
The
before.
the cool thing about pre-modern too is like there are cards that would be very expensive. Like for example, Elves is technically a $6,000 deck because it runs 4 Gaia's Cradles, 4 Survival of the Fittest, a bunch of other stuff. But uh, and hopefully they keep this rule forever. I don't see why they wouldn't. But gold border cards are actually legal. So like the tournament cards that they used to come out with, you can, instead of spending $5,000 on Gaia's Cradles, you can spend. Shoot, how much is a gold border Gaia's Cradle?
They're still pricey, but you can get a playset of Gaia's Cradles for probably $400 to $500.
A fraction.
Yeah.
200 is market. Survival of the Fittest are at 55 instead of the 200 that they are on the other price.
Mhm.
But you can get it for a fraction of what they actually are worth. Ancient Tombs are $45 ish or so. City of Traders are $30. That's crazy. City of Traders is less than Ancient Tomb, but yeah, just stuff like that.
People don't believe me when I say Ancient Tomb's better, but City of Traders happens to be on the reserved list, so it's going to be $700 for a playset, $800 for a playset.
But there's cards like
it's the illusion of the reserve list.
It's also so funny to. I apologize. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Say your words.
I was just going to say it is also so funny to look at top 8 deck lists of or like the Goldfish breakdown of pre-modern tournaments, because the price ranges of them is so crazy. Like you'll have like $100, $150, $300, $2,000. $300.
Yep.
It's just like it's like, oh, there's the Gaia's Cradle deck, or there's the Mox Diamond deck. You can pick them out immediately.
I need to build a new pre-modern deck. Since I don't know. I feel like the pre-modern and Legacy are the formats that I like really really enjoy. If you could qualify for a Pro Tour on pre-modern and Legacy, I probably only would play that. But I mean, I don't mind Standard or anything like that. It's just Standard is, I don't know about you Matt, or you Josh, but like when I was growing up, Standard was the cheap format, but it's hidden. It's actually really hidden, because you don't just buy one Standard deck, you buy multiple, but then every set you have to update your decks.
Yeah.
So your $300 deck isn't actually $300 because you're gonna have another deck, and then next set you got to buy more cards and go through here and do stuff like that.
Pre-modern
It is the Magic equivalent of going. It is the Magic equivalent of going to Dollar General every week for your groceries versus going to something like Costco, where like you get everything that you need.
Buy in bulk.
Yeah, you get everything, versus like you go to like Dollar General or Dollar Tree or something, you buy something like $1 a piece, but you're making that trip every single couple of days or something. Kind of like that.
The problem with Standard is also, and again, I'm not crap on Standard. Standard's a great format right now, objectively a good format right now. But in terms of the price point, that problem I don't think is ever going to be solved. I think Standard, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I think Standard will always be around this price point, give or take, because when you put in the mix of Universes Beyond, it's not just that the rate they're printing these sets. When you add in the aspect of Universes Beyond, they are going to print cards with being a highly pushed card in mind. Because the people who like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're going to buy it even if it's crap. But they're going to put up 1 or 2 nugget cards that are just objectively good to bring in the people who are kind of either on the fence, indifferent, or who don't like it at all. You still have to respect the card and buy it. One of the big examples I can think of is, and it's one of the most used examples, is the One Ring in Lord of the Rings and Orcish Bowmasters. You may not care about Lord of the Rings at all. You may not want it in Magic Gathering at all, but you are forced to play those cards and acknowledge it. Universes Beyond, every set is going to have a card like this. And on top of it being a hot commodity, they're going to be good just objectively. So Standard decks will always be expensive, and it's always going to go higher in price. So if you, the listener at home, sitting on your couch, if you want to play a format where you don't have to worry about this, play Pre-Modern. It is a great format. It is a format for all of us. Anyone can play it. It is Magic at its, I don't want to say its most pure, but it's Magic quite literally the way Richard Garfield designed it to be. And it's a fun time. And for the love of God, do not play a mana base of more than 2 colors. That's all I have to say.
Josh, and the most tell you something. Give me 3 seconds, Josh. Give it. Okay. Card Addict said Tranquil Domains. I just bought them all.
Thank you.
There's only 2 of them.
2 of them? Oh, cool. I was willing to, Matt, how much editing are you going to do on this video?
I'll skim through it.
0
I'm
now.
making a.
At Eternal Weekend, I was willing. At Eternal Weekend, I was willing to. I was looking for them all over that venue.
No, you're keeping this in. You're keeping this in.
51
just
minutes.
Just bleep it. No, bleep it. Just bleep it.
51. 38. Okay. So we have that. Okay, well, we're sitting here right at 51 minutes, so we've covered a lot of ground, and there's so much more we could still talk about, but I think we will hold off on that as we get back into the swing of things, and we're starting back up streaming, and going to be rolling these out a little bit more regularly, hopefully, and yeah, we'll yeah, absolutely. And once again, Gamer Geeks in March, pre-modern tournament, $30 entry, all proxies. You don't have anything to lose. If you're curious about the format, come out and play. ALL this
$30 to lose.
Well, true. Okay. You have $30 to lose for a very good time at a very good shop.
Give me your money.
And ALL this weekend at JC's House of Cards.
Yeah, we'll do a report about Legacy and all that after. We should do it on the car ride back just to get everybody's happy opinions on Legacy.
Do a live show.
I'm gonna play Urza Sagas just for Josh.
Yes. All right. Well, I think any last minute thoughts or anything y'all want to say before we sign off?
Like pre-modern.
Play pre-modern.
Play pre-modern. Okay. Play pre-modern. That is the moral of this week. All right. Well, I will let Josh sign us off as he has before, so many times before.
That's right. And I want you, the listener at home, look at me, look at my frozen face. Remember, the best part about Magic is the gathering. And more so than ever, take care of yourself, take care of each other. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.